I've lived with poverty all my life, so I don't know no difference. It's just poverty, and that's that.
When your voices aren't heard, when your needs aren't being met.
Most people in this country want the good for everyone else.
I think a lot of people probably think, oh, poverty, that doesn't happen to me, so it doesn't affect me.
We have political entities that don't. I mean, like for the community sense, they want good opportunities for their children. They want their parents to be looked after, they want their grandparents to be looked after. You know, communities have been torn apart.
This country needs to change, and change has to happen quick. The way we are now with the pandemic, it's very difficult because I still see homeless people.
That's the way I've been living for a long time, so it's really no change for me.
Poverty is a lack of understanding, and it's an ignorance on the part of those who choose to ignore it.
Poverty is a limitation of choices. Your choices are limited. You may live in an overcrowded house in an area where there's a lot of drugs, and you don't want your children growing up there, but nothing you can do about it. You're totally dependent on some other body, like a local authority, whether you move out of there or not, and where you move to. If you have wealth, you can get on the phone to decision makers. You play golf with them, you go to dinner with them. So you have an influence in the decisions that are made in our society. Poverty is the exact opposite. Instead of being an active contributor to the decisions that are made, you are a passive recipient. As people say, well, homelessness is a choice that people make. And I say, yes, but it's a choice that other people make for them.
What led you there? What supports? What trauma? What happened to you as a kid? No one cares about that really. No one wants to look into that. That's always going to stick with you. And you know, you're going to have probation coming into your life, social workers, and things get difficult. You can hit a crossroads where your life settles so that, you know, you don't see much beyond that. Poverty be very hidden within communities. There's a lot of stigma that comes with poverty.
I thought the stigma of poverty would have been broken already, you know.
There's an idea that people in poverty are different from the rest of us. It's very hard to take that because people have only one life to live.
You don't want the wrong choices as a youth to determine how your future holds. We've always had all services like probation, all them services involved, and I just always wanted to be free from that, you know, and I am today.
It's respect for the dignity, the potential. The dignity, I could be nice to you and polite to you, but do I believe that you have the potential to contribute, not just to get out of where you are, but to contribute the way you would like to? As long as we keep the myths going, we can justify homelessness. They're to blame. Why are they homeless? Because they can't put up their socks. It is so disrespectful and it's very ignorant.
Actually hurts me when I'm walking down the street and because of my appearance, because I can't go in and buy new clothes when I feel like it and that, you know, like I actually feel people looking at me. Not looking at me, it's actually looking at my appearance.
To hear the hardships that people go through, it's like people want to block off that side.
It's just not nice, you know, I don't think it's fair, you know.
If you have any empathy, I don't know how you can ignore this massive inequality worldwide.